We were talking about stuff is passed down to us, not just the good stuff, but also some stuff that doesn't belong to us, that is being carried on in our DNA from generations to generations, right?
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
I feel
Or your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the matter?
my thoughts are that it's crazy, right? How something gets passed down to you when you had no saying in it, right?
Welcome to Permission the Podcast. I'm Dr. T, and this is my sister,
Silvana, and we are two regular people talking about spirituality in our daily lives.
Each week, we're inviting you to the internal conversation. So let's get started.
With your permission.
Welcome back to Permission the Podcast.
We're here in my apartment, Fairfield County.
That's it? That's all you got?
You want me to give you the address? We're not in New York. Let's just put it that way.
Let's just say, yeah, we're far from the city.
Welcome to Connecticut.
Woo woo.
Connecticutans.
Is that what we're called? Connecticutans?
Somebody once said that to me, Connecticutans. And stuck. It's funny. I don't think that's what we're called.
No, I don't think so either. Okay, so today what we have for you is the generational gift.
Yeah, right. I forgot. Yes, that's what we said we were going to talk about.
Do you remember what?
Yeah, we were talking about stuff is passed down to us, not just the good stuff, but also some stuff that doesn't belong to us, that is being carried on in our DNA from generations to generations, right?
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
I feel...
Or your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the matter?
My thoughts are that it's crazy, right? How something gets passed down to you when you had no saying in it, right? And all I can think about is that experiment. Did Dr. Joe talk about this, Dispenza, or it was an experiment done on rats? And basically what they were doing is they were spraying a scent, like berries or something. And after that scent, they were sapping the rats with, like electric shocks. And
the poor rats.
I know. So they would get the fragrance and immediately get shocked. And so these rats, the minute they would smell that fragrance, they already were afraid, right? And they had babies. They separated the babies. The babies had never gone through the scent or the shocking, the sapping. And as they were getting a little bigger, whatnot, they started introducing the scent. And immediately the baby rats, or the rats now separated from their parents, rats, they would be afraid without experiencing the sapping. What that means is that was passed down, that fear was passed down from the parents to the baby rats.
I remember this study. I don't know
where it came from.
It had to have been Dr. Joe Dispenza.
It had very possible. So what that means is that these fears were is in their DNA. And so we have those things, and there's triggers that we're going as we go through our life, teenagers and young adults, there'll be things that are going to trigger us. We're going to smell that fragrance and be like, oh, I'm so afraid. And then you start wondering, where did that come from? Is it mine? Um, does it belong to my mom? Does it belong to my grandmother, great grandmother? Or who does it belong to? You still have to heal it. You still have to sit through it. But it's crazy that how it got to you has really nothing to do with how you've lived your life up to now.
Right. And it could be from anywhere at any time for
Mm-hmm.
anything. And it's so interesting with patients. I always have to tell them it's okay to not know why you feel. It's okay
Yeah,
because you feel you're a sentient being that feels. So then you have the capacity to feel.
that's true. And I'm trying to go back to, I can think of an episode where, how I'm afraid of water in a way. Like, I love water. I love
You used to
being,
be afraid of
right,
water.
like, right. I'm not afraid the way I used to be, but at one point as a little child, I went into the ocean. This is La Costa Verde. Anybody that knows Peru, Lima, it's the ocean beaches there, and I remember being there, and my older brother and sister Marisa and Carlos take me in. I'm what, maybe 3, 4, no more, 5 maybe or so, and they take me in. Marisa's holding on to one hand, Carlos the other one. Now, mind you, the waves there, they're not little waves.
They're big ass waves.
Surfers go there for a reason, right? And we're going in, there's this big wave comes in, and they let go of me. It's too strong. Both of them let go of my hands, and that's what I remember, them, both of them letting go. And now I'm doing this inside. I'm
A
doing
somersault.
somersaults inside, and I'm taking in water. And eventually, I don't know who took me out or whatnot. I'm out. I had taken in a lot of water. I can see the sand, and I'm like just spitting out waters coming out from everywhere. And I'm laughing because it's not that it's funny, but
Mm.
it's more like I can laugh about it now. And that was my trigger to remembering some event that happened previous to this life, actually. And so I was afraid of taking a shower. My mom would like grab me, like, you taking a shower. I didn't even want to be anywhere near water, meaning I couldn't even, the thought of taking a shower, of being under the shower was scary. So I would scream. My mom would like force me to shower. Fast forward, I never learned how to swim. I loved always being around water. I was just never comfortable, my feet not touching the ground. I mean, floating, all of that stuff, I was very uncomfortable. Until one time I was doing um, theta healing work. And we went and we were working on a fear, and we were working on, okay, the real reason why. And what came up was, it came from a past life, and I could see it. So it's kind of like a meditation thing. We're going back. And what I can see was me being in the ocean. I was actually a diver. And the partner I had, we found something of great value. And the partner I had greedy ass partner.
Yo.
He left me there to drown. So basically, I was left on my own. There was a full moon, me drowning.
Oh, that's so cool. I mean, not
The
cool.
full moon part, and then no, but just like in the thing is that as I'm like seeing this unfolding, I was living it again. So I'm like, I'm bawling. I'm releasing all of this energy. And then and the person that was helping me through this, getting to the bottom of the fear. She's like, "Why are you crying?" And I was just like, I was living it all over again and releasing it, and healing.
I feel bad for your partner.
Why?
The diver?
You feel bad for him? Well, I
Well, because karma is going after his ass.
either way, I understood that that was a trigger, like a big one. So as we go on in our lives, there's triggers, and then we need to figure out where do they come from, you know?
Yeah.
And sometimes they don't come from this life. They come from other lives. And some do come from, whatever, from your parents. We do have a lot of things that as we're little, we absorb everything, right? So how many years is up to 7?
7, we're programming.
We're
We're
programming
being
everything.
programmed.
So we're absorbing, we're learning not only how to crawl, walk, run. We're also learning how to laugh. We're learning fear. We're learning whatever your parents' fears as well.
Oh, for sure.
And the way they communicate is the way we communicate. The way our mother or father talk to us for a long time is the way we talk to ourselves.
Right, because the imprint of the masculine and feminine start with our parents.
Yeah. And at the same time, we have to be like, okay, they did the best they could with their own traumas as well.
They
Right?
did the
So,
best they could, period. They
right.
all, I mean, I don't think anyone just sets out to be the worst at something,
Yeah.
you know? I mean, maybe the worst human. I could see that. Like, oh, I'm going to be born and I'm going to be the worst human.
I
I
don't
can
think so.
see that.
I don't think
Why
so.
not?
I'm
It would
gonna
be
be.
fun.
I just think as time moves, we're dual humans, right? There's a light side and a dark side in all of us. And so as we are formed and as we absorb things, we lean towards one side. And this is not to go back to Star Wars, but
Wait.
you
Oh,
know, yeah, the dark, there's always a dark side to us. And so
the
some
dark father.
people, are you trying to to talk about Luke, I am your father?
Yeah.
That messed me
Ooh.
up for a long time. I'm like, what? This, um, and yeah, so I think at some humans tend to just lean towards that side, and so, but their essence and their soul is still a soul of light to begin with.
Oh yeah, I mean for sure, but also I think there can be an avenue where people sign up to be the worst human.
Yeah. What I'm saying is a choice as well, because you are given free will. And so you may choose to do good, do evil, whatever you choose to.
It's all
And you
perceptual though.
right. It is.
Also.
It's also that too, which lens you looking through.
Okay, so let's go into parents because I feel like we have some stuff to be grateful for, stuff to leave impedu,
Yeah.
stuff to walk away from. I have recently been thinking about my mother having a really hard time talking. And
Just recently, I'm like, this is
we've
something
been
I've thought
talking about
about this
for a
forever.
long I it's come up a few times during the podcast.
For sure.
We've
Yes.
talked about it. You have some things to say, yada yada yada. I I have been thinking about it from the lens of I'm a writer, I'm a podcaster, I'm a psychologist, so all of that is communication, all of that is talking, all of it is verbal, all of it is messaging.
Yeah.
And what's interesting about that is that silence is also an intervention. So,
Or a weapon.
yes,
Yeah.
silence in my line of work is an intervention. And
Hmm.
so being able to use it appropriately, being able to, you know, be in the silence, and also part of all of the things I do require silence. Like right now, we're recording, we need silence for this recording.
That's true.
I need silence sometimes to write, sometimes,
To think.
right. And
Yeah.
strangely, I'll just add this in here. Super side tangent. Sometimes when I write, I put on French music.
Okay.
So the lyrics doesn't distract me,
Okay.
but I love the way it sounds. Anyway, so my I feel like the gift for me from my mother was she was silent in order for me to have my voice, is what I've
Oh,
been
is your
landing on.
positive spin to it?
That's what I've
I
been
love it.
landing
Okay.
on.
No, I like it. Because the way I always saw her, okay, yes, she was silent, meaning she couldn't express her feelings, but it's not her love language. She has a different kind of love language, a service. She's there, she's doing, she's making, so it is also understanding that. But does she have her throat chakra completely closed? Absolutely. You're going to be proud of me. I have something to tell you. Okay, so last women's circle I had, we focused on healing your inner child,
We
and
should talk about that.
it was such an amazing circle. There was the women that showed up were so brave to come, and brave to really go to that space of being vulnerable, being in touch with their inner child, and what comes with that, which is could be abandonment, uh, abuse, pain, fear, and just facing all of those things and being able to sit with that child and holding it. And we did a meditation, we did a connection, we did several things. There were some tears shed, there were some very emotional moments, and it was beautiful. And for me, and what I got out of it as well, my healing journey was the first time that I was able to say how grandma was abusive towards me, towards my siblings, without justifying her other good side. Meaning, instead of she saying, oh, yeah, she was an abuser, physical, verbally too.
Psychologically. She
Yeah,
was an abuser on like all
a
the
lot of
levels,
levels.
all of them.
But I always would say, I would follow it, but she was such a great person, just a warrior. So I would always bring both sides. And this time, I just only went there. Like, I was physically abused, verbally abused, psychologically abused by my grandmother as a child. and just releasing that, feeling that, you know,
And that's true.
it was true. And so I sat with it. And then after the ladies left, and shed a couple of tears. I was like, hey, it's okay. She
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
a little bit of a monster at times and a lot.
Yeah. I
And
was gonna
so,
say a lot of a
and then,
monster
and
a
then,
lot of the times.
and then just episodes start coming, not just towards me, like towards my siblings. I mean, whew, you know, and my cousins, and God knows how she was towards mom.
Towards her own children,
Yeah.
right?
And
Because
so
we were her children's children.
I know. So the thought of that, I was just like, okay. I was like, wow. And also, and then after later on at night afterwards, I was like, okay, it's okay for me to sit with that, to release it. Also forgiveness towards her and towards my mom, really, for what she went through. So mind you, we only lived with grandma for what?
7 years?
No, it wasn't that
No,
long. No.
it was less than that.
Okay, let's put 4 years. I don't know. I really tried to, block that part of that.
Well,
Um,
my parents moved in
82.
80, probably 81,
No, I think 82. Where you were born.
83.
Yeah. So, yeah, because she wasn't gone for that long, Mom.
She wasn't?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Okay, so, but it felt like an eternity with Grandma.
Yeah.
Like when you have someone abusive, uh, verbally, physically, it's a week turns into years in your head. You know what I mean? So after the women left and just sitting in that, and then eventually I came to like, okay, a space where I'm like, okay, I can hold both sides of her, the dark and the light, because there were awesome things about her as well. So I'm like, it's okay to hold both. It, it, it's not just one side that made her, it's both sides.
Right, but one side was pretty dominant.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. So just every time you talk about her, I always go like, yeah, but she was so great. Like this time I was just like, no, she was a terror
But
and she terrorized us.
and that's the thing that is so interesting when I look at it from the perspective of you have children,
Mm-hmm.
you would never treat your own children a tenth how she
No.
treated
But and
you.
that's another thing we went through in the circle when we're talking about healing the inner child. When you become a parent, because I had a new mom. I mean, she has a baby that's a year old. But I'm like, you get to be that parent you didn't get to have.
Yeah.
You get to be playful the way maybe you didn't have a chance to be with on your own, right? And that's amazing. So to me, telling my kids every day, even more than once, because I still do it, that I love them, how much I love them, was important because mom never said it to us, right?
Right.
And so yeah, maybe I'm smothering you with love. But it sure feels great to
Yeah.
just be able to, with the new generation, with my kids, I'm not gonna do this. No, am I making mistakes? Sure, they have stuff they're gonna have to heal. Well, my mom, I'm sure we always have
Yeah,
something, right?
for sure.
But I know that there were certain things that I needed, that I wanted to, and that I made sure that my kids weren't going to experience.
I feel like our second like the next generation of us
Mhm.
are awesome. They're stellar humans.
Well, yeah, they're definitely very informed,
They're loved.
they're loved. They can communicate love, even though they have their weird rules about, social media and all of that. And like, no, you don't wanna. What is it? You can't text right away. I don't know.
I don't know. They have weird rules, sure.
Yeah,
They I'm impressed by them.
yeah. Well, and now you live with our niece, so I'm sure you have plenty to say.
I can't wait to have her on. We're inviting her on. She's already agreed. It's gonna be great. I'm looking forward to having those conversations with her.
Right.
So one of my mom's biggest things was not saying I love you. And I say that all the time now. I say it to friends that don't want to say it back. It's great. It's a, and I'm like, hey man, I'm used to it. You don't have to say it back.
And it's not meant to be
Pressured.
pressure and for you to say it back. But also when you do it, like I have said that to friends as well. I love you. I love you so much. And they at times they say something, at times they don't. It doesn't mean you have to say it back.
No,
But it
it
also
doesn't matter.
opens you up it opens your friends up for receiving and also feeling it. And And who knows? Maybe next week I'll get "I love you" back. Like it just lays. It's like planting seeds of love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With my father, I feel like he was quick tempered.
Yes, he was. He was
Way back.
also he
Way
was also
back.
very insecure, very jealous, very possessive. The way he loved was in a very possessive way.
He's gotten way better.
He's a different human being.
He's not the
He's like
same at all.
he's like I don't know, stuffed animal version.
Oh, right. We were calling
Where
him the
the
cartoon of
cartoon,
himself.
yeah, the cartoon version Um, but he's
He was hot-headed.
he
He
was,
was very Aries hot-headed.
and you can like I used to say that when he was so upset, angry, or whatever, I used to tell him, I'm gonna just go because he has a bolt, he has a bolt part of his head. I'm like, can I fry an egg on the top of your head? He used to get pissed. I'm like, look at you. You're like, I can fry an egg on top of your head. He didn't like that.
I used to be quick-tempered when I was younger, and I'm really glad I got over that quickly.
Do you think that was learned from that, or you think that was just you?
I think it was both because my my mom contained her anger and she would kind of shut down and be silent.
Oh, until she exploded. Remember?
Yeah,
She would
she would
like be
just like
contained, 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 and she
contain,
was
and
like a
then
water
a
balloon, water balloon.
ticking
Eventually,
bomb.
there's no more water that can fit into that balloon. And push. Yeah.
And my dad was reactive explosive. So I got it from everywhere. I mean, where did we come from? Because me and you are pretty chill. We're the chillest people.
Yeah, and I want to say that growing up, I was also pretty chill. I did have like stuff doesn't bother me, doesn't but like when they bother me, people know. Like I would be very expressive when it came to okay, that's enough. But I had to overcome mom's what do you call it? Mute.
Selective
Selective
mutism.
mutism. Like I had to overcome that when it came to feelings. Like I can express about, when things got to be too much, I can express, hey, this is enough. I didn't like this. I don't like that. That didn't go with me. I don't agree with this one. I could express all of that. When it came to expressing feelings of love, my throat chakra was completely closed.
Shut down.
It would make me sick to even try to get it out. Like I could just feel it in my gut, like I wanted to say it, and I just couldn't say it.
Well, we had a hard time doing this recording. Remember?
Oh, the first time I was in front of a mic, you mean?
Well, it took a couple tries. I think
Yeah.
it took some time to warming up of like, oh, and I have to speak into the mic.
Yeah, and you were like, "Can you speak into the mic?" And I'm like, "Okay."
Speak louder.
Yeah. Yes. But I don't think that was a mom thing. It's just not being used to a microphone, not being used to hearing my own voice because I don't know, to me felt different the way I hear it from inside rather than, okay, now I'm hearing a recording of myself and it sounds a little different the way audially it sounds internally for me.
Has that changed?
Yeah. Now I have embraced my voice like that's my voice.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's your
that's
voice.
my voice. Um, but it's interesting for sure. And working through the whatever was passed down to us, which is a lot of it with my mom had to do communication and still is. She doesn't communicate.
No.
And with dad always, with dad was the how reactive he was to events, little ones, big ones.
I always wonder what my mother's childhood was like because of my grandmother. How old was my grandfather when he died? My mom's
She
dad.
was young. I don't know her exact age, but I think she was like a teen, right? No, scratch that. She was 20 something when he passed because I was born,
Oh,
and
right.
he passes before I turn 1.
That's right.
Yeah, so he passes 76 or late 75
So she was probably
because
25.
he had come to give my mom money for my birthday gift. Or either he passed before my birthday gift or right after, like not soon after I turned 1.
Wow.
Yeah. And so my mom was 20, what, 27?
Yeah.
Right? Because I think she had Marisa when she was 21,
Yeah.
if I'm not correct.
Yeah.
And I am 5 years younger than Marisa.
Wow.
So she was young
But at
and
least he lived up until she reached adulthood.
right.
Because I hear he was kind.
He was kind, yes, very loving.
How does a kind man marry a monster?
She was a great cook.
Oh, she was the best. She
I
was a great cook
up to this day,
and a good singer.
I don't know anybody that cooks better than my grandma. Up to now. Like certain meals, like
Don't
like
tell mom.
it's true. There are certain dishes my mom makes that are, I mean, Wow, right?
Yeah, just
And
don't tell her.
my aunt Olga as well, she's such a great cook. But grandma had like, I don't know. She's like,
Years experience. I don't know.
hey, she was one of the people that just did everything by feel, you know? Like,
She sprinkled it.
yeah, she just like, and a little more of this. So every time I try to cook with her, although I've learned a lot from her, um, I couldn't get a recipe out of her. It was all like, and then, oh, and you just feel it. Okay, a little more of this and a little, and I'm like how much more? Like 2 spoons? Like,
Yo,
it's just like, I don't,
no.
yeah,
Just no.
just feel it. Feel it.
Feel it. Okay, so all the love that my grandmother should have had for us went into her food
Oof.
and we ate it.
Yeah, she showed love. She's quite, you know, she was,
She
yeah.
was
We can make 3 episodes about her. So.
So what was the takeaway? Because okay, so just to place it into context, my mother's mother is the only grandparent that I knew.
Same for me.
Okay.
So by the time I'm born, my dad's dad had passed and mom had passed. I think the only one that got to meet all grandparents, or maybe at least 3, Marisa and Carlos, maybe. Yeah.
So I can't really speak to what my parents my my father's parents gave me because I don't really know anything about them. And we don't really talk about them.
Or we didn't know them.
No,
They
but
were
like dad
gone.
doesn't talk about them. I mean, my mom doesn't talk about her father either.
My dad used to talk about his mom at times, you know, and about his dad. I mean, I've heard him talk about him.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
ask him more. So, what did you get from grandma?
From her, besides being a good cook.
Besides trauma
And
and being a good cook?
uh, I think I okay, what I got from her, because I feel like that's also been my role for a while in our family, it's being glue, meaning connecting people, gathering people, and just giving that importance to being together as a family.
Mm.
And so for that reason, I host, you know, 28 Julio in our house, which is July 28th, the Peruvian Independence Day party, which is just an excuse to get the whole family gathered. And I mean, not
And
just
drink a lot of pisco.
not just us 6 and our own families, but cousins, uncles, aunts, everybody. So we're like, I don't know, 60, 70 people. And then I host New Year's Eve.
I got a little bit of her laugh. I think I got a little bit of her laugh.
Yeah.
Betty has me beat. My cousin has me beat because when I hear my cousin, she really has her laugh. My
And she has her middle name too.
yeah,
Oh, no, first name.
first name.
As middle name. First, right. She has her first name, grandma's first name as her middle name.
No, grandma's first name.
It's her, no, yeah. But
Bern
it's,
Bernarda Beatriz.
oh, it's her first name as well. Right. Oh, okay. Got it.
We're all putting her whole government on there. So I got a little bit of her laugh. Not a lot, but a little.
Yeah.
And I feel I got the separation from her. Like, I'm really able to separate between myself and other people. So this
Okay.
is my stuff, this is your stuff. Your stuff has nothing to do with me.
I have that too.
That's so her. I mean, also, like, limits, really strong, hard limits, boundaries. Like, "Oh, you're not doing that here." I'll tell you what you're not doing.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, that
grandmother.
was her too.
That was kind of that was a little bit mom, but that was a lot more grandmother.
But mom is like that as well. So what she got from her mom, our grandma.
I feel I feel sympathy towards my mom now. Now that we're talking, I feel
Yeah, and
some
and
sort of way about her
and
having her mom.
that's how I felt after my circle as well. Like, wow, okay, this is who brought her up. Like, what was that like? Because to us, the small period of time that she lived with us too, because both mom and dad were in the US, how was that felt like, torture in many ways. And what was growing up with grandma was like. I know she was very into like, and I feel like grandma has also changed and shifted as her life progressed, because I think the focus for my mom wasn't the same focus she had for us as grandkids, right? For like I was learning how to cook with her when I was 11, 12, right?
Yeah.
Mom didn't learn how to cook till she was 21
Huh.
because grandma's focus for her was study, study, get a career. Mom was never in the kitchen,
That's kind of bananas.
which is bananas because my mom is such a good cook, but she had to teach her own self because, like, I have kids. What am I going to feed them? I better learn how to cook. And not only did she learn how to cook, I better learn how to cut their hair. Who's going to pay for 6 haircuts? Right? So
Yeah.
she went through school to learn how to cut hair. She also was sewing, making us clothes. Grandma used to make clothes for us as well.
Yeah.
So she became this, I don't know, superwoman with all the superpowers except for communication. And I feel I got a lot from her in the way that, okay, I can, the multitask, that do everything. I cut Brendan's hair. I'm the only one that cuts his hair. He's going to college and she's like, are you going to come once a month to cut my hair? And I'm like, yep, I'll be there.
So it's so fascinating because I feel like we got the let's just do it gene from both of my parents. My parents are people that
Yeah.
at some point used to do it. My mom doesn't do anything anymore. But at some point, both my parents are very much, like what you were saying, I'm gonna cut their hair, I'm gonna make their clothes, I'm gonna
Yeah,
wash
Dad,
things by hand,
we don't
I'm
have
going to go
furniture.
fetch water, and in the
What?
middle of the night, I'm gonna make, a dessert, a cake every night. Like,
Yeah,
what? I mean, the things that I list that I do are not what mom and dad did.
I know. How about when we came to this country? We had a house, no furniture really. And so he decided, oh, I'm just going to make furniture.
He made
He
furniture.
made furniture from scratch. I mean, and this man is that way, right? Like this man. My dad.
Este hombre.
My dad is like that. He says, like, he sees something, "I'm just gonna make it."
I can
And
make this better. He says that all the
yeah,
time. I
he's
can
like,
make this better.
I can make
And
this
then
better."
and then you come back to his place and he's made it better.
Yes. So he made all our furniture, our beds. I mean, I still have a bed that he made for me, so.
Well, n a funny memory, not the best memory, but m my parents got into a fight when I was in high school,
Oh.
and he decided to build his own bed,
Oh, okay.
separate from the marital bed.
I think I remember that, and it looked better than the other bed.
Like, what the hell? So, I we got a lot from them. I feel that it also is about being able to decide what we want to take away. It's also about what we choose
Mhm.
and how we integrate it or separate from it. I mean, that's all it is, right?
Yeah. And also whatever you know, whatever you came with, which means all of these generational gifts, put it that way. Whatever it doesn't define you unless you define yourself that way. Meaning you can work on anything. You can change anything you don't like. You have a gift of waking up every morning and deciding, today I'm a new me.
Yeah.
I will no longer tolerate this, that. I will only speak to myself kindly. I will, you have such a power to take control of your life at
Yeah,
any given moment.
I agree. I
Yeah,
mean, I I feel the most challenging part about that is making the decision and then going for it.
right.
So making the
Following
decision.
action. So decision with action, not just decisions with words with empty air. you know.
But I do
Yeah,
feel that the things that we come here with, right? The things that have been imprinted on us, the things that are familial, even the generational pieces would be, all our culture that we came from, being born in Peru, and all of these things, they are embedded in us and we can transform them. We don't necessarily
the
have to,
alchemist.
right? We don't necessarily have to subscribe to a larger system that says, we should be looked down upon because we're Hispanic. We
Right.
don't have to kind of navigate or orient our world in order to perceive that or accommodate that larger perspective.
Yeah. It goes back again to just you making decisions on how you feel and how you perceive yourself and how you show yourself to the world. Um, Authenticity is, to me, to you as well, one of the most important things you can be. Just be authentic. And that may look one way one day, and the next day you make different decisions and you can change and you have the opportunity to shift.
So it's interesting. I have a friend that recently talked to me about some a mantra that she's starting to tell herself,
Hmm.
which is
Okay.
I'm lucky and good things come my way, or some sort of idea like that, right? I'm lucky and good things come my way. And I feel like the purpose of being kind of biased towards that and confirming that, then you will see opportunities you would not have otherwise seen.
Because that's your focus now.
Yeah.
Your focus is now good things come my way. So your radar or whatever, you know how you have a gator? You have
Your
a radar for for good things.
your antenna.
Your antenna is searching for, okay, what are all these good things that are coming my way? I'm more like, I am abundance, I am love. I live in the frequency of abundance and love. Gifts come my way every day. And every day a gift comes. And they look different every time, right? So, yeah.
So it's interesting when I think about that, right? There are so many biases that we can have towards things like, oh, my grandmother was abusive and that's why this. We can have a bias towards, my mom never said I love you, so that's why I don't say I love you. We
Right.
can we can kind of pair those past things into the present
And
and
be a
see
victim.
them now
Right.
and it's happening now and I'm living
Right.
it now and
So
I'm
then
doing it
you're like
now.
you're a perpetual victim of your surrounding, of how you grew up, of your environment, of the people that loved you or the people that brought you up. So it's also you making decisions. I'm not a victim anymore and taking control.
Yeah. And so grandmother was a gift.
Yeah.
She was a gift that we can transform. And I feel like we did a great job transforming it because, like I mentioned, our next generation is so loving and they're good humans, which is,
Yeah.
you
I
know,
agree.
a lot of pride to be able to say that. I mean, not that I have children of my own, just like my
Wait, they're
siblings'
like all,
children.
I know, but they're all your nieces and nephews,
Yeah.
and you can be proud of them.
Yeah. I'm
Just
very
like
proud of them.
I'm proud of my sister's kids and my brother's kids, and so that pride has nothing to do with me being a mom or no. I mean, I am proud of my own kids as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So being able to go back and I can't really go back any further than grandmother because that's all
Hmm.
the reference point that I have. But being able to go back and see that she was a gift that led us to here, that led us to now, and that led us to our family being so kind and loving because we
And
changed it. We
connected. Yeah,
transformed it.
that's true. And also being able to, for healing purposes, being able to go back and connect to the vulnerability, connect with your inner child, or connect to, I don't know, young teenager, wherever stage, just going back and being able to sit with it and understand it in a different perspective, not like, oh, instead of focusing on, like, I remember my legs being completely bruised from grandma's belt over something silly, like, I don't know, you splash the mirror with water. I don't know. Instead of focusing on them, focusing on the big picture and understanding, okay, now mind you, this is grandma. What did grandma went through? I haven't even gotten to that part. Like, I know what my mom went through, probably,
Hmm.
or at least what she was around. I don't know what grandma went through, and her mom,
Right.
and on and on. And so just being able to go back and being kind to ourselves, being able to hold it, being able to also understand, be kind to mom, be kind to even grandma. Just to heal it.
You know, something that I did get from grandmother was honesty.
Brutal honesty. What do you call that? Not brutal honesty, but like what is it? There's a word that people are using a lot now. Escape me.
Radical?
Radical honesty, radical love, radical.
It's
Yes,
it
radical.
was pretty intense. I mean, mom was very much like that.
Yes, she still is.
She still is.
There's,
And we have this thing in our family that we tend to go with honesty because any
and it hurts at times, and we're just like, what do you want me to do? Sugarcoat this at times? Definitely grandma didn't know about sugarcoating. That was not.
there was zero sugar.
Mom, same way.
That honesty was a big one.
Yeah. I think
That's a gift.
and the way we also transformed that was in like, okay, we can be honest, but just knowing when is the right time to be that honest. Just having a touch of understanding and also understanding the other person's boundaries and limits, really, of being able to receive certain honesties. Yeah. Okay.
That's all we have for you this week. This is the generational gift episode.
Yes.
And we'll be back next week with your permission. And that is all we have for you this week.
Make sure you follow Permission the Podcast.
And we'll be back next week with your permission.